What is Buddhism? Is it a religion? A philosophy? A way of life? For many, the image that comes to mind is a serene, smiling monk in saffron robes. But Buddhism is so much more than a simple image. It's a rich, diverse tradition that has shaped the lives of millions for over 2,500 years. So, let's journey together and explore the core ideas of this ancient path. It all began with one man, Siddhartha Gautama. He wasn't a god. He was a prince who lived in what is now Nepal around the 5th century BCE. He grew up surrounded by luxury, shielded from all the suffering of the world. But one day, he ventured outside his palace walls, and for the first time, he saw an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and a holy man who had renounced the world. These encounters, known as the foresights, shook him to his core. He realized that wealth and comfort couldn't protect him from the inevitable realities of aging, sickness, and death. This profound realization led him to leave his palace, his wife, and his child behind. He embarked on a spiritual quest to find the end of suffering. For 6 years, he practiced extreme asceticism, starving himself, holding his breath, enduring great pain. But he found that this only brought him closer to death, not to enlightenment. He realized that the path to truth wasn't through extreme indulgence or extreme self-denial, but somewhere in the middle. This became known as the middle way. One day, sitting under a Bodhi tree, Siddhartha meditated deeply, determined not to rise until he found the answers he was looking for. Through this profound meditation, he awakened. He gained a direct insight into the nature of reality and the cause of suffering. From that moment on, he was known as the Buddha, which means the awakened one. He had achieved nirvana, a state of ultimate peace and freedom from suffering. So what did the Buddha discover? He spent the rest of his life teaching others what he had learned. These teachings are often summarized as the Four Noble Truths. They form the very foundation of Buddhist thought. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering, or dukkha. This doesn't mean that life is all gloom and doom. It's a realistic acknowledgement that life inevitably involves dissatisfaction and stress. From big things like loss and illness to small things like getting stuck in traffic, there's a baseline level of unease that we all experience. It's simply a part of being human. The second noble truth identifies the cause of this suffering. The Buddha taught that the root of our dissatisfaction is craving and attachment. We crave pleasant experiences to continue, and we crave for unpleasant experiences to stop. We get attached to things, people, ideas, and even our own sense of self, forgetting that everything is impermanent. This constant grasping and aversion is what keeps us trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction. But here's the good news. The third noble truth is the truth of the cessation of suffering. The Buddha taught that it is possible to end this dissatisfaction. By letting go of our cravings and attachments, we can achieve nirvana, a state of lasting peace and freedom. It's not a heavenly paradise you go to after you die. It's a state of mind that can be experienced right here, right now. And how do we do that? That leads us to the fourth noble truth, the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering. This is the practical guide, the how-to manual. It's called the Noble Eightfold Path. This isn't a set of rules you must follow, but rather a set of 8 interconnected practices that work together to guide you. The path is divided into 3 sections: wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. Wisdom includes right understanding and right intention, seeing the world as it truly is and developing a genuine desire to free ourselves and others from suffering. Ethical conduct includes right speech, right action, and rightlyhood. This means speaking truthfully and kindly, acting with compassion and not harming others, and earning a living in a way that doesn't cause harm. Finally, mental discipline includes right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. This is the heart of Buddhist practice, training the mind. It involves making an effort to cultivate positive mental states, being aware of the present moment without judgment, and developing deep concentration through meditation. Meditation is a key tool in Buddhism. It's not about emptying your mind, but about becoming familiar with it. Through practices like mindfulness of breath, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. We start to see the impermanent, fleeting nature of our mental states, which helps us to let go of our attachment to them. This practice cultivates clarity, calm, and compassion. A common misconception is that Buddhism is about escaping the world, but it's actually about engaging with the world more fully and compassionately. The key concepts here are karma and rebirth. Karma isn't some cosmic system of reward and punishment. It simply means action. It's the law of cause and effect. Every intentional action we take with our body, speech, or mind has consequences. Wholesome actions driven by kindness and wisdom lead to happiness. Unwholesome actions driven by greed, hatred, and ignorance lead to suffering. The idea of rebirth or reincarnation suggests that this process of cause and effect continues across lifetimes. Our consciousness, shaped by our karma, continues after death and is reborn into a new life. The ultimate goal in Buddhism is to break free from this cycle, known as samsara, by achieving enlightenment. Over the centuries, Buddhism spread from India across Asia and eventually to the rest of the world, developing into several major schools. The two main branches are Theravada and Mahayana. Theravada, which means the way of the elders, is the oldest surviving school and is most common in countries like Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Cambodia. It emphasizes personal liberation through self-discipline and meditation, with the ideal being the arhat, a fully awakened individual. Mahayana, which means the great vehicle, is more prevalent in East Asia, including China, Japan, and Tibet. Mahayana Buddhism introduces the ideal of the bodhisattva. A bodhisattva is an enlightened being who postpones their own final nirvana out of compassion, choosing to be reborn again and again to help all other beings achieve enlightenment. This school places a strong emphasis on compassion and the interconnectedness of all life. Within Mahayana, there are many diverse traditions like Zen Buddhism, which focuses on direct experience through meditation, and Tibetan Buddhism, which incorporates a rich array of rituals and tantric practices. Despite these differences, all schools of Buddhism share the core teachings of the Buddha, the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, and the principles of non-harming, compassion, and mindfulness. It's a path that invites you to look inward, to understand the nature of your own mind, and to cultivate the qualities of wisdom and compassion. It doesn't ask for blind faith, but encourages questioning and personal investigation. The Buddha himself said, "Do not believe in anything simply because you have heard it, but after observation and analysis. When you find that anything agrees with reason and is conducive to the good and benefit of one and all, then accept it and live up to it." In today's fast-paced, often chaotic world, the teachings of Buddhism on mindfulness, compassion, and finding peace within ourselves feel more relevant than ever. It offers a timeless roadmap for navigating the challenges of human existence with greater clarity. Kindness and grace. It's not about becoming someone new, but about waking up to who you already are. Thank you so much for joining me on this brief exploration of Buddhism. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world's philosophies and traditions. See you in the next video.